Today, in the media conference with Lal Goyal, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Organ Donation India Foundation, and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today, our current topic is examinations cancelled, impact on schools. As you all know that because of the COVID, our Honorable Prime Minister has declared that no exam will take place of 12th standard, and 10th standard already it was cancelled earlier. COVID-19 has impacted each one, and education too has been a victim of the pandemic. India, with over 1.5 million schools, over 8.7 million primary and secondary teachers, and more than 260 million enrollments, is home to the largest and most complex education system in the world. According to UNICEF, the COVID-19 pandemic has battered education systems around the world, affecting close to 90% of the world's students' population. In India, over 1.5 million schools closed down due to the pandemic, affecting 286 million children from pre-primary to secondary levels. This adds to the 6 million girls and boys who were already out of school prior to COVID-19. This disruption in education has severe economic implications too. A World Bank report, Beaten or Broken, Informality and COVID-19 in South Asia, has quantified the impact of schools closure in monetary terms. India is estimated to lose $440 billion, that is about 32.3 lakhs crore in possible future earnings. To fight back the disruption and damage, educational institutes across the country embrace the digital mode of education as a solution to fill the void left by classroom teaching. With this, the hitherto peripheral digital education in India came center stage and is now increasingly getting integrated into the mainstream. The National Education Policy released by the Union Government in July has also emphasized the importance of online education blended with the traditional mode. Over 1.5 million schools across India closed down due to the pandemic. A switch to large-scale digital education is not possible now. Only 24% households have access to the internet, according to a 2019 government survey. In rural India, the numbers are far lower and only 4% households having access. The Education Ministry's budget for digital e-learning was slashed to rupees 469 crores in 2021. From rupees 604 crore across the country, the Central Board of Secondary Education cancelled the Class 10 and Class 12 board examinations. Soon after, many states boards like UP Board, Gujarat, Karnataka, etc. have also cancelled the examinations. The Indian School Certificate Examinations too follow suit and announced cancellation of Class 10 ICSC and Class 12 ISC board examinations, considering the rising COVID cases. The cancellation of exams has impacted and disturbed the entire education system. The indefinite change in the schedule of the board exams is posing a challenge to students, parents, and institutions alike. In 2020, when the pandemic created a similar situation, the timelines went haywire. The exams and accordingly the results were severely delayed. Students were able to start their higher education as late as November compared to the usual commencement in July or August. Not just the students graduating this year, some of those who cleared class 12th last year are out of college because they could not get a timely decision about their admission. And to discuss the very, very important topic today, that is the examinations cancelled, impact on schools, because once the examinations are cancelled, what impact it will be on the schools which are up to 12th standard. And we have a very elite knowledgeable panelists with us. And I would like to invite my first panelist, and I would like to introduce her. She is Miss Shagufta F. Parker. Miss Parker is the head of school Rasaj International School, Mumbai. She is MA B.Ed. She is energetic, enthusiastic, positive, and self-motivated, patient, loving, especially towards children. She is techno-savvy, adaptable, initiator, creative, and self-starter. She worked as a teacher in Guru Harikrishan High School, Mumbai. She worked as a teacher in Bombay Cambridge School, Mumbai. She worked as a teacher in Janki Devi Public School, Mumbai. She worked as a supervisor of the secondary section in Janki Devi Public School, Mumbai. She worked as a principal in Janki Devi Public School, Mumbai. Worked as consultant principal for proposed Saili International School, Mumbai. Worked as zonal academic head, West Zone with Z Interactive Learning Services, Mumbai. Monitored Z Franchise School CBSE in Maharashtra, Gujarat, MP, and Chhattisgarh. Worked as the founder principal of D.Y. Patil International School, Nerul, Navi Mumbai. She worked as the head of school with Mena Devi Bajaj International School, Malad, Mumbai. Welcome, Ms. Parker, on our show. Ms. Parker, as you know that now the examinations have been cancelled. So we would like to know your views on examinations cancelled, impact on schools.
And thank you, Mr. Goel, for inviting me on this show. As you've already said, that I'm very passionate about students and I take deep interest in their performance. But this year has been a roller coaster ride for the students as well as the schools. Initially, the government announced that few students can come to school if they need to solve their difficulties. Children came, we solved their difficulties, and we were hoping that they will do very well in their written examinations, which were forthcoming soon. But the dates got postponed, and we found that the children at some point of time had lost interest. We started getting calls every now and then from parents as to when are the exams, how are they going to be. But we realized that soon, since the Prime Minister announced the cancellation of exams, our boards, other boards will also follow suit and they will also cancel examinations. And finally, the news came that the written examinations will be cancelled. So now there was a whole change of mind for the students, for the teachers, and all for the examinations went here. It is the entire premises for the children to sit. A proper video was taken to send to the parents to let them understand that we are following safety procedures. So a good amount of cost was involved in getting the institute ready for the examination, which was closed for more than a year. Then came the other costs, where we had indented answer sheets from the ICSE board for the children. The whole bundle is unused now. It is left, and since the names of the students are printed on the sheets, they can be used, but then the actual usage of those sheets remains unanswerable. So that was another cost. Some of our teachers had were selected for examination correction of papers. So we had scheduled our timetables for the next academic year according to the number of teachers available. So these teachers who were going to go to correct papers would have got a very good experience for the 10th standard examinations and training of students in the next academic year. So that was there. Another thing is that these teachers, since, you know, in many of the schools, the salary of the teachers is reduced, were looking forward to some extra income from the correction of papers, which is also not, possible as of now. Another thing was the continuous calls from the parents, and we had no answers because there was a big question mark as to what will happen, what will be the assessment criteria, and so on. On the other hand, children, they lost interest, some of them, and some of them were quite happy that this year there'll be no exams, so they can really relax and the results would come. Then came the news that we had to send the 9th standard results and the performance in the pre-board examinations. So that was another exercise for the schools to get the 9th standard results, their internal assessment marks, etc., collate everything and send the results to the board. Now comes the question of the 10th standard result. According to me, I feel that cancellation of exams is like the two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, we are happy that the safety and health of the students is taken care of by the government as well as the boards. Okay, but there are some students who would definitely do very well, and we know that the students can even achieve 99.5% marks. But now the question is whether they will get that kind of percentage or no. And question of getting into good colleges. So now I think, the general thing is that students who are underachievers or underperformance, everybody is, it's like this one shoe fits everybody. So it's like that. And the entire result is now a big question mark. We're all waiting for it. The teachers had provided extra guidance to make sure that the students who are very well, they shine out and they really achieve and go to very good colleges and pursue their careers of their choice. Another thing is that the exams being indefinitely postponed, we could not start the next academic year and the studies of grade 9 because the staff was very busy collating the results for the to be given to the concerned boards. So children, parents, some of them are very happy that the exams are not on are online and that all the children will pass. But passing an examination is not an achievement. If a student studies regularly, he can pass an examination. But the question comes about the percentage, and in India, percentage is very important. Another message that has gone to the schools as well as the parents, that the child should be continuously studying and improving his performance based on the internal exams that are happening regularly. So a new change in the thought process of the teachers as well as the parents and students has started. And I think children will now start studying throughout the year, and they will make sure that, they do well. So this is all that I have to say on this point. Thank you very much, Mr. Goyal, for inviting me.
Thank you very much, Ms. Parker, for giving your views. And what Ms. Parker has mentioned, I will just highlight 1 or 2 points. First, she says that the schools have incurred the cost for organizing the exams, and they were ready to do it. But at the last moment, when the examinations were cancelled, especially of the 10th class at that time and 12th were postponed, they have to incur whatsoever cost they have incurred. And ultimately, the result was there is no exams. And she said that the problem started when the board asked for the 10th standard, the 9th standards results plus the internal assessment. So for that, again, the class, all the teachers and everyone was busy to send those things so that 10th standard exam, the result can be declared. The only thing what she says is that this is not good for the students who are really studious, because those who are expecting more than 99% marks, and they are in lurch because they are not going to, they will be termed as a pass, or they may get the percentage depending on their internal assessment, other things. But as we all know that the last moment, the students, many of the students in India see to it that the last 2-3 months they study, as well as there are no proper internal assessments in many of the schools, which I'm sure that Ms. Parker's school being in Mumbai and a reputed school, so they might be having every month their internal assessment. But there are many schools all over India, especially in place like UP, Bihar, Haryana, many places where there is no proper internal assessment. What is going to happen to them? Let's see when we will be talking to the persons from that side also. So thank you very much, Ms. Parker, for giving your views. Now I would like to invite my next guest, and she is Ms. Parul Jindal. Ms. Parul Jindal is the director of Narayani International School. She is the member of Advisory Forum, Aligarh Smart City, Aligarh. She is an inspired social worker. She is serving in education field for the last 14 years. She is pursuing PhD in mathematics. She is a nominated member of Aligarh Smart City Advisory Forum. On the occasion of UP Day, she is felicitated with an award of Government of UP for her contribution in the field of education. Welcome, Ms. Parul Jindal, on our show. Ms. Parul Jindal, please unmute yourself. You have heard what Ms. Shagufta Parker has mentioned. She mentioned about the difficulties as well as the future of the students, because now, but with this decision, almost all the students, everyone is going to be passed. So this is the first time in India that 100% results will come across the India. But the problem with the studious student, according to her, those who are expecting more than 99.99% marks, what will be the future of them? So now we would like to know from you, because you belongs to UP, and I have reports which I am going to in the next section. I will be mentioning about the reports which I have received from UP. But we would like to know from you, examinations cancelled, impact on schools. Ms. Parul Jindal, please.
Thank you, Mr. Lal, for inviting me. The first impact comes from parents who demand return of exam fees paid by them. They say there is no reason for the board to keep all the money with them. The second impact comes from teachers who are demanding pension and PF of the teachers who died during pandemic. The families are suffering from mental trauma. And for the affair of school, waiting for the physical presence of children in school is so far unpredictable. The online system may continue for another 2-3 years. So that entire approach to impact education from KG level may undergo revolutionary change. In fact, work from home has already set into practice, so the environment in home will have to grow architecturally. The pandemic appears to remain with us globally, and we have to got to innovative way. Well, we have to live innovative way with it. We have to learn so many things how to live with this pandemic situation, and how we have to avoid this presence of COVID. So I want to say one thing: prevention is better than cure is the rightly adage of the day. And Mrs. Shagufta told so many things about the examination. In UP, there is no, regular internal exams are not taken. Schools are suffering from that. क्योंकि अब वो जो स्कूल के ओनर्स हैं, जो टीचर्स हैं, दे आर, मतलब ये मेरे बच्चों के साथ भी हुआ. One of my child is in 10th and one of my child is in 12th. But in 12th, in AMU board, they had taken the exams, but internal exam, they in the whole year, they hadn't taken any internal exam. अब क्या करेंगे वो लोग? I don't know. तो in UP कोई internal exam properly नहीं लिया गया. That's it.
Okay. Ms. Parul Jindal, thank you very much. You have raised two important points. First important point is now the students are asking for the refund of examination fees. Now this is something, because I am sure the examination fees which the schools are collecting, majority of that fees goes to the board, and some part definitely the school might have kept. I have no idea, but one of you can very well vouch for it or give the correct thing. But if it is like this, whether the board will refund the money to the school, so the school can refund, because this is very clear. Once there is no examination, definitely the students or their parents are having rightly, they are asking for the refund of the examination fees, because when there is no examination, why they should bear the cost? Although Ms. Parker has mentioned that everything was ready, including the answer sheets with the printed name of the student, but ultimately there is no end result, and when there is no end result, the student is entitled to get the fees back. Secondly, the what important point which Ms. Parul Jindal has raised is there is no internal assessment, no examinations for the whole year. It means a child who was appearing in 10th exam, and if he or she is the exam is cancelled, there is no internal exam of 10th standard. But now the board is asking for the 9th result. Whether that 9th result is there or not, that is also to be seen, because the 9th, the child might have passed the last year, which I'm sure they have taken the result. But there are many more points are there, which I'm going to raise in the next segment. But thank you very much, Ms. Parul Jindal, for giving your views. Now I would like to invite my next guest, and he's Dr. C.K. Manjunath. Dr. C.K. Manjunath is MS, MA, PhD. Dr. Manjunath is the Student Welfare Officer at Sri Madhva Varadaraj Institute of Technology and Management, Udupi. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. This one line sums up Dr. Manjunath's career of almost 2 decades. A PhD from MIT Boston, MS from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, author of a maths book by Pearson's publication, and ardent researcher and academician par excellence. He has dedicated 19 years of his career to achieving academic excellence and establishing a firm foundation for better education. He has completed his graduation in Information Science and Life Sciences, Masters in English Literature, B.Ed, an online course in Documentation and Information Science, and a program on effective leadership in teaching, learning, and process training. Across his illustrious career, he has held academic and administrative positions in leading institutes, including Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management, Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management, Sadguru Public School, the Yenopaiya School and Yenopaiya PU College, Hanuman Group of Institutions, and Vidyodaya Public School. Successfully hosting a science conclave where Nobel laureates and internationally acclaimed scientists were invited, serving as a guest faculty to young minds and contributing to building the academic talent pool have been the hallmark of his career. Receiving various awards and accolades are a testament of his deep commitment to furthering research and delivering academic excellence. Notable among them are Young Scientist Award in 2003 and 2009 for outstanding work in IT relating to biomedicine, Best Teacher Award by Rotary and JC NGO while serving as founder principal of Vidyodaya Public School. He served as national level paper setter for JEE and NEET, that is NEET, Chief Superintendent for 10th and 12th exams and entrance exams like JEE, AIPMT, and CTET of CBSE Board, Observer for 10th and 12th exams for National Institute of Open Schooling, Guest Faculty MBA program for Manipal Institute of Management, Managed Outreach Programs, PGID programs, and Literary Wall Club at Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management. An ardent researcher, he has authored and published articles and monthly periodicals, served as editor for Pearson Publications, Universal Mathematics till grade 8, and Wiley Publications physics textbook on electrostatistics and wave motion for grade 12. Welcome, Dr. C.K. Manjunath on our show. Dr. C.K. Manjunath, you have heard earlier panelist Ms. Parker as well as Ms. Jindal. Both have mentioned few problems which the schools faced or are going to face because of the cancellation of exam. You being the founder principal of one of the school and having so much experience, and you have studied abroad with one of the best universities in the world, you have seen the working there, the schooling or the college, how they do the internal assessment periodically, and you are also watching or seeing what is happening in India. Now, as you know, now no exams for 10th and 12th. Definitely new norms will be developed, but we would like to know your views. Examinations cancelled, impact on schools. Dr. C.K. Manjunath, please.
Thank you, Mr. Goyal. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I would like to thank the two other panelists also. They gave a good eye opener on this particular aspect of examination cancel and the impact on schools. Yeah, I know very well it's a big debate that's going on from the last few days. Probably it started somewhere in the month of April. The decision came in May. Now everybody into a big dialogue whether the decision is good or bad. In Indian scenario, if I look at it, examinations are used to make decisions about an individual student's progress. Though the education system, including the allocation of educational opportunities, actually exams were the deciding factors of majority of our work at the end of every academic year. We have taken it as one of the measures to manage all the parameters of a child. Unfortunate, this decision came at the end because of this severe pandemic. I do agree it's a good decision at this juncture because we would have had many more issues having the examinations during this particular season. But on the other hand, what are its implications? What is it going to create further? I have a huge question about when the cancellation term has been taken, has this information been processed and given to the further level? Like, for example, see 12th standard students, when you cancel an examination, they will be opting for many higher educational institutes. As you know that India, even in spite of having so many education reforms, we are not in a position to avoid these ranking system, percentage system, based on which we give the admissions to the student. I must have a big question like in the cities like Delhi, because Delhi University always puts up the high ranking list as the eligibility list. Now, I don't know what the government will do with respect to the present assessment results, how it is going to be calculated, because each day there is some report in the paper and a lot of confusions. And that too, see, the huge weightage is there in Indian education system, as both the speakers said, as you also pointed it out, they all look at the final exams. Unlike in the Western countries where there is a systematic internal assessment planning, and it's an every day's assessment on the child that will be taken up, which is not done in Indian educational structure. We completely bent upon the 3 hours examination and the process of it. As one of the speaker was pointing it out, we spend months together in India in the plan of examination, starting from the making of the question paper till the examination completion, we spent months. So when so much of energy has gone into it, money has gone into it, so many people gave us so many statistics now, when all these things have gone into it, and at the end, when you take a decision like exams are cancelled, I think there will be a chaotic environment, probably not now. Once the results get declared, we may have the more chaos from this particular system, because we don't know what measures they are going to take. And as one of the speakers said, will this really justify all level students? See, this is going to make happy only those slow learners who had a difficulty in clearing of examination. Only they may get justified. Rest all the places, the students who have really put in their efforts. I know at the last minute, there are many students who take up the serious studies. Probably they start their journey in January, and till March, they will be on a huge marathon race. Similarly, there are students who put up their energy level so much in completing like 11th and 12th together, or 9th and 10th together. They do a lot of efforts here. And other side, it is parental pressure. Teachers, they put a lot of efforts. The schools work so much. Now, what is the stake on all these things, and who is going to look into all these impacts? Number two, sir, I just want to talk about, see, those people who look forward for the higher education abroad. Now, how will they look at these assessment results? That is a big question that is there in my mind, because I know in CBSE, many students take 6 subject as the one of the foreign languages. particularly when they want to get into UK or US or Canada, they study that specifically thinking that they would like to take admissions in one of those Western universities. Now, I don't know what will happen because most of these students who go over there, they study through scholarships. When you study through scholarships, lot of parameters comes into the measure. And if the assessment results are not clear here, and if the ground is not made clear, I think all these students' future will be at stake. This is one of the questions that we need to seriously take for the discussion. Moreover, there is one more question. Those people who get into the government jobs, again, their percentage plays a major role. I don't know what parameters are going to be considered in analyzing a student's assessment. I was told, like in Karnataka, for a second PUC, they are going to consider 10th and 11th standard marks and take an average or work on that, add some grace onto it and the results. Now, what will this justify? See, 10th standard to 11th standard, there is a huge gap. And again, 11th to 12th, there is a gap. Now, the child who is writing the examination at the end of 12th standard, if you are taking some 2 years back data and analyzing all the child's previous performances and declaring the final result, I'm sure this is a huge injustice onto the kid. Not only that, as the two speakers spoke, and even I feel that lot of efforts which has gone on to these kids in the last 1 year. During the pandemic also, there were many schools, they were continuously working on online platforms. There were a lot of other technology tools which had come into their assessments, into their preparation and everything. Now, all those things are going to be at stake. Now, what impact these things will make onto the kid, this can be answered only the day when the results come out. What justice the child has got, what justice the schools have got, what justice the future of the kid is going to get, all this can get decided on that. So my earnest request to you, Mr. Goyal, like I want you to voice this now. Though we have a good discussion that is going to come up, a conclusion need to be drawn and we need to present this to the government. It is not a simple task of just finding some statistical measure and calculating some result on the paper saying that so-and-so has got so much of percentage or this is the grade. That will not be a justice. So my earnest request to all the panelists, probably even the authorities who would be looking through this channel, this information, please make sure that the kids are given justice. The justice need to be, because if you delay in your process of making anything today, this will definitely create a huge impact onto their future. So cancellation of examination, okay, we have taken a decision, but the next process, the results need to be evaluated in a systematic manner. We need to have a thorough research for this, and we need to bring out the proper solutions. If that is done, I will tell you, the schools will not have any measures. As one of the speakers said, we don't know when will this pandemic end, when are we going to go back to the school? Already 15 months are done with us. None of the students have entered the school premises. In the last 15 months, what is the issue that is going on to each kid in this country or anywhere across the world? God only knows about it. Now, under such parameters, the decisions made by us, if it is one-sided, it is going to create a lot of injustice onto the future of the kids. So my earnest request to you through this platform, please make it a serious note to the governmental authority and make sure that they understand evaluation is not just an assessment value. It is the evaluation of the child's future. That is being done in the rooms where they decide about the results. So they have to take this properly into consideration and then take a decision on it. I would like to thank you for an opportunity on this. And I would like to thank the panelists for helping us out. Thank you,
Dr. Manjunath, for giving your views. And Dr. Manjunath, apart from those views which already our earlier panelists have expressed, that yes, the school has done lots of work for preparing the examinations, and all the things he agreed. He says, yes, that is main thing what school has done, but he is more worried about the future of the students, because he says, unlike abroad or the foreign universities or foreign schools, where the assessment is done not only monthly or weekly, even daily basis, while in India there is no such type of procedure in schools. So the how the assessment or the marks will be given to the, or the result will be given to the students of 10th and 12th, that is a very, very questionable thing. And in case if and he has also explained that there are many students who used to study in the last 3 months. There are many students who have completed their course in the 10th standard only, or the 11th standard only of the 12th. So there are lots of different things, but they all are waiting for the final exams, and that is the way, that's what they wanted to do. But now, because the examinations has cancelled, his reservations are what is going to happen in the future of these students, as well as the admissions for the higher education, because everywhere one has to show the result, but because the result is not the basis of the examination, and there is no internal assessment, as Ms. Parul has mentioned in UP and other places, then how the school will be sending their report to the board, so the board can give a fair assessment? That is a very big question. And he also make a reservation about those students who are applying for the foreign universities, those who wants for higher studies abroad, whether those university will accept this type of result without examination or not. That is also a very, very big question. So and Dr. Manjunath wants that the government should take a decision with the stakeholders, keeping in confidence with the stakeholder, how to give the fair assessment and a fair result to the students. Thank you very much, Dr. Manjunath. Definitely, when I will come in the next segment, I will have some questions which I would like that you should clarify, so that the viewers will know what is going to impact not only the students but also the school. Thank you very much, Dr. Manjunath. Now I would like to invite my next guest, and he is Mr. Sabir Hussain. Mr. Hussain is the founder of Wings School and Veg Educational Society, Adilabad, Telangana. He is eminent academician with more than 18 plus years of experience in academics and professional teacher, trainer across diverse organizations. He is distinguished in conduction of conferences and seminars. He supervised more than 1,500 students' projects. He is motivational speaker in various academy of higher education and guided many feeble and demotivated students in and out of the schools. He explored challenging assignments in the field of academics with a professionally managed organization to leverage acquired skills in institutional and self-growth. He was consistently appreciated by students and supervising administrators for proactive involvement in curricular and institutional development to generate students' enthusiasm with better results in university examinations. He worked as the principal for Gotham Model School, Telangana. He was awarded Best Principal by Narayan Reddy, Chairman, BGHS, Hyderabad in 2012. Welcome, Mr. Sabir Hussain on our show. Mr. Hussain, you have heard our earlier guest, Ms. Shagufta Parker, Ms. Parul Jindal, as well as Dr. C.K. Manjunath. And they have given their views. Now, we would like to know your views, being the principal earlier, you won the Best Principal Award, and you always accept the challenges for those for the students, how they can come out with the crisis. Now there is a very big crisis, so definitely your views are very important. So we would like to know examinations cancelled, impact on schools. Mr. Sabir Hussain, please.
Yes. Warm welcome to all the panelists, and my heartful thanks to Mr. Goel for inviting me on this auspicious media conference. Yes, now my term, what I should say, as all the PowerPoints were been covered by a previous panelist. Even I just want to add few things on it. Before that, I just want to try to give the definition of education as the examination cancelled and the impact is on education school management. So what is education? is most important to know. Then comes the assessment and the examinations and the all. As per the when it comes to the definition of education, on this topic, on this today's topic, I can only say dragging out best from minds, from child's mind, body, and soul. Dragging out the best from child's mind, body, and soul. Extraction of good quality. How can it be done? How can I drag, or how can I extract the best qualities from the child's mind, body, and soul? Obviously, assessment plays an important role. Examination plays an important role. Examination plays an important role in the process of learning and motivation. Learning and motivation. This examination task, whatever examinations are being conducted or going to be conducted, which has been cancelled now, what we ask our students to determine how they will approach the learning task.
Miss Parker, my question goes to you. I am again repeating, there was a network problem in this time in 2021. We are having such type of problem, and we are talking about online education. This is something, what to say, we are having lots of money to spend on elections and to spend on Kumbh Mela, etc. But we don't have money to spend on the infrastructure, basic infrastructure, so that our students can get the education online. Now, my question to you, Ms. Parker, is the cost. You have the schools have incurred cost according to you for the examination, but Ms. Parul has mentioned that there was some money was collected in the name of the examination fees. My question to you is whether that examination fees you are imparting to the board, concerned board entirely, or the schools are also keeping the part of that money in the school?
Part of that money is kept in the school, as I just told you, that we have to keep the premises ready for the students. Moreover, during the final examinations, it's not the school teachers who are supervising, but we have faculties coming from outside, from different schools. Now, these people have to be given refreshment. They have to be given some amount of money for the and now we were supposed to give water bottles to the children, which we have already spent. Now, regarding the money which is sent to the board, they are also having a very difficult time. Imagine collating the results of 9th and 10th of all the students of the country. They would definitely require experts to do this, and that payment will go towards the preparation of the result. Okay. Secondly, the results are going to be declared. So a lot of expenses are incurred by the board itself. So I do not justify the refund of examination fees at all. So it's not justified.
Ms. Parker, you are saying that it is not justifiable because the board has to incur so much expense. My simple question to you is, it means if anyone has gone to show to a doctor, and if doctor has not examined and the payment has been made, and then the excuse will come that we have already done so much expenses on the keeping the consultation room, we have sanitized everything, we are spending so much money, it is not possible to refund the money. Is it justifiable? After all, a student who has not given examination at all, why the examination fees will be taken by the school? They have taken because of they were supposed to take examination. But if you are not taking examination, as far as the computation is concerned, already the assessments are available on computer with you. You already have the results of the previous year of the class. So there is nothing extra expenditure. I'm talking right now of a school. And you are also not going to make the payment for the refreshment and other expenses on those who are coming from outside as a invigilator or so then school is not incurring any expense. As far as the boards are concerned, it is board also are not going to examine the copies, which is the most expensive thing, because they have to make the payment to those who who are going to check the copies of the answer sheets of the student. So basically they are only tableting, and that is a job in a computer. That is not a big job. And if it is a job, after all, when the government is paying so much money to every sector, why the student should suffer? Why not this money should be refunded to the students? Anyway, I will come back to you in the next question. Now my question goes to Ms. Parul Jindal. Ms. Parul Jindal, everybody is talking about the assessment, and everybody is worried about the viability of the school. You are from UP. I am giving you the report of UP. You can verify, and you are a leader also, very big social worker. The rural area, rural schools are now openly asking, you want the assessment of the previous year? How much percentage you want? You want 90%? So much money you pay? Take the assessment, we are sending in front of you. So school are going to mint money out of this decision. School are not going to be a loser. What you say about this, Ms. Parul Jindal?
I agree with you. School are doing this. Many of the schools are doing this thing.
This is started for last few days or till when the things have come for the class 10th examination cancellation, and now 12th also. Yes.
Yeah. School are doing this thing. They are made money for that. They are making money for that. We always say that doctors are doing this, but nobody see this. CBSE has taken the examination fee, and Ms. Parker said that no, we don't want to back it out, but we have to. We have to back it out of these things, and school are paying for that. School is making money for that.
नहीं, पर जो करप्शन हो रहा है आपके यहाँ, ये तो मैं आपको एक रिपोर्ट बता रहा हूँ, बहुत जगह ऐसे रिपोर्ट्स हैं और मीडिया में भी आने लगी हैं रिपोर्ट। तो आज जब ये रिपोर्ट्स आ रही हैं और ये हो रहा है कि इतना करप्शन हो गया इसमें असेसमेंट में ही, क्योंकि देयर इज इंटरनल एग्जाम्स हुए, इंटरनल असेसमेंट हुआ, और उसमें अगर इतने अच्छे मार्क्स आ रहे हैं तो द बॉय जिसने पूरे साल, या गर्ल जिसने, स्टूडेंट ने पूरे साल मेहनत की है, जो मिस पार्कर के हिसाब से 99.5% वाला स्टूडेंट है, और एक स्टूडेंट जो एवरेज है 45 और 50% वाला, वो तो 45-50% वाला पेमेंट देके 99.5% ले आएगा, और 99.5 वाला नहीं पेमेंट करेगा तो हो सकता है उसके 80 और 85% रह जाए।
ये हो रहा है, यूपी में ये हो रहा है, एंड वी कांट स्टॉप इट आउट। कैसे करेंगे? अगर इन लोगों ने इंटरनल असेसमेंट लिए भी है तो बच्चों ने सब चीटिंग कर दिए। मेरा बेटा ही इज इन 10th स्टैंडर्ड और वो खुद अपनी बहन से लिखवा रहा था। व्हेन आई वाज एंटरिंग द रूम, साइंस के पेपर, ही डोंट नो एनीथिंग कि किस चैप्टर में क्या है, एंड उसकी बहन उसका पूरा काम कर ही गॉट 80% मार्क्स इन साइंस।
ओके,
तो वो बच्चे भी ही नोज कि हमें किस तरह से चीटिंग करनी है। दिस इज माय पर्सनल, वो बता रही हूँ कि मैंने खुद अपने घर में देखा कि जब मैं बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट हुई कि व्हाट आर यू डूइंग, तो जब ही इज इन देहरादून इन बोर्डिंग, जब वो फर्स्ट उसमें जब देहरादून गए दिसंबर में, ही कॉल्ड टू द स्टूडेंट्स। जब वो वापस गए, उन्होंने जाते ही स्कूल वालों ने एक एग्जाम लिया, उसमें ही गॉट 19 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 100, एंड इन इंटरनल असेसमेंट ही गॉट 82 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 100। तो ये सब वी कांट स्टॉप इट आउट। बच्चे भी कर रहे हैं, इवन पेरेंट्स सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। हमारे स्कूल में एक ऐसा बच्चा है, वी नो कि वो नहीं करता, वो नहीं पढ़ता, लास्ट 3 ईयर से तो उसके बस जस्ट पास हो रहा है। दिस ईयर ही गॉट 92% मार्क्स, 94% मार्क्स, एंड वो पूरा कर दे रहे हैं। पेपर तो पूरा आ रहा है, हम उससे कुछ नहीं। अब हम ये भी नहीं कह सकते सर कि आपका बच्चा ऐसा है, पेरेंट्स कहेंगे आप पेपर देखिए। लास्ट 3 ईयर से वो मेरे स्कूल में है कि वो बस हमें उसे पुश करना पड़ता है।
Okay, thank you, Ms. Parul. I will come back to you again. Dr. Manjunath, you have heard both our answers of both the panelists. Now you are talking of the class education assessment. Even if the assessment is done in schools, we are talking of schools right now, what is the use of that assessment? If this corruption is there, schools are minting money, I am not talking of all the schools. I am saying the reports are there. I am not, it's a, not a, just a say. You can check up, verify. There are lots of schools are doing this. Now, when this type of reports, when we are hearing here, don't you think that all the universities, big universities or international universities are also going to know about all this hanky-panky, what is happening here? And then to give admission in their university, as Miss Parul is so honestly mentioned about her own son, which I am sure very few parents have that courage to say. I must compliment her. But tell me that how the university, which are standing for their real education, the academics, how they are going to accept the students across the board. I'm not saying UP, it can be in Bihar, it can be in Karnataka, it can be in Maharashtra, everywhere. We all are alike, exceptions are there. So how you think this decision of cancellation of exam is correct?
Sir, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you in my first point. Now, why this kind of examinations first need to be abolished? Why we need to look only through this kind of assessments? See, as I was telling you very clearly, if you are going to understand the child's abilities, strengths, inner motives, all these things, if it is measured properly, and if that data would have existed from all the schools, see, we would not have gone into this crisis. Early, I just want to take you back to 2010, when we had Kapil Sibal as the education minister and who proposed to have a continuous and comprehensive evaluation, CCE. When this structure was brought into the CBSE system, many schools just played. Even there, we went into very wrong directions. It was such a beautiful system, which even the Rajiv Gandhi Medical University, the VTU, Engineering University, they adopted it. But unfortunately, the author of that system, CBSE, they spoiled it and they said, we are going to scrap it out. The only reason was lot of work was there for the teachers and the parents, and which nobody wanted it to go about. Now, why we have gone into this messes? See, number one, we don't have proper internal assessments with this. As you rightly mentioned, and I must thank Ms. Parul that she was so clear about like what kind of mistakes are happening at all junctures. And this is the system where we have gone into it. This is the worry that I'm going through it in the last, though I have gone on to various media channels and I have also supported the exams to be cancelled, take the averages of different values that exist and all. I have spoken about all this. But now, where is the justice when that question comes to us? Sir, there is no justification that can be made through this kind of assessments. I tell, see, you need to measure the values. You need to measure the strengths of the child. You need to know about the child completely. And on that basis, if the assessments are done, that can only give the right justification. Other than that, you do anything on using paper, pen, Excel sheets, all that, it is going to be nothing. And schools will definitely get into all havoc decisions, especially the private institutions. I don't want to say that this private or government something, but still huge private lobby will get into this kind of measures because next their admission will stand upon these results. They want to highlight how many first rankers have come, how many best students have come in this kind of exams also, and that will be advertised for next 3 or 4 months and their marketing strategies go through them. So some abolition of these assessments is the only measure. That's why NEP has brought in those measures again back into the structure. But again, the question mark is implementation of it. As both the panelists, they accepted it very well, saying that we have flaws in the system and we need to get it set right. See, otherwise we are just playing with the students' life. And I'm sure, see, during my student days itself, I was knowing there were many universities of India. They were very clearly mentioned in the ads of the Western University saying that if you are a student of this university, you need not apply. I don't want to mention the name of the university, but there was such clear indications in the paper ads. Now that may come completely onto our education system now if we are going to mess it up like this. So
Okay.
there are people who are observing us very systematically and structurally. Now we are pushing ourselves into the backgrounds only because of this word of corruption. Now we need to understand, if we do these mistakes, our future of these kids will go into the dark. None of them will have a bright future. None of them can get into the best universities too. Especially, sir, the getting scholarship in the Western university studies is a difficult task. In spite of having merits, we have struggled a lot to get into such things. Now, if this kind of mess exists, it is as good as the mess that we are doing with the COVID problems. The same mess we are going to end up even with our educational structures. So,
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Need to
Mr.
work on this.
Hussain, are you there now? Okay, just unmute yourself, please. Please unmute.
Yeah, I'm there, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay. You now I am going to have you have heard of what they were talking about.
Not completely.
Okay, not completely. See, okay, you want to say something first so that I will ask a question, or I will ask a question to you.
No issue, sir. You can go anywhere.
Okay. See, the question which has raised is that now the government is asking for the assessment of the previous year, the result, as well as the assessment of the monthly or daily or weekly whatsoever assessment. Ms. Parul has mentioned very clearly there is no such assessment exist in UP or many, I'm not saying all the schools, but maximum number of schools in northern India, and I am sure it is everywhere in the rural, especially in the rural area. When there is no assessment, and now the reports are very clear that the schools have started charging money. You want a good assessment, you want 90%, 99%, you pay this much money, we will give you the assessment, because there is no record, official record. When this corruption is on, it means now schools are going to mint money like anything, and the school business is going to flourish like anything. So I am sure that you being running a school, tomorrow you will not regret about the cancellation of exam.
Yes. See, cancellation of exam, that not only shows the impact on school, as well it goes on to the the cyclic pattern of the teaching learning processes, where students get involved, where teachers are there. Even school is not only for the teachers, but there are some other stakeholders, or there are some other concerns with the issues like schools, like bus drivers, ayas, attendants, sweepers, and that all. So I can only say, being a school owner, that is obviously I am with at last Manjunatha sir's views have come across abolishment of assessment. Yeah, obviously, then what is the replacement of it? What is the replacement of is very important. See, I don't want to conduct my exam nahi lagana cha raha hu, and the government is asking for the previous track and that all. What is the justification we are doing for the students? अगर हम पास्ट ट्रैक देखकर प्रेजेंट ट्रैक का रोल बनाते हैं, स्ट्रॉन्ग करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो इज दैट द बेस्ट वे? इट्स अ क्वेश्चन है, राइट? So I don't think कि present should be judged with the past track. The past track, क्योंकि almost 15 months से 15 महीने से student is at home, students online हैं, ऑनलाइन में टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं. अभी मैंने भी फेस किया है टेक्निकल इश्यूज अंदर. ऑनलाइन में टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, टेक्निकल इश्यूज होते हैं. टीचर्स को ऑनलाइन का कितना नॉलेज था इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट, है ना. कभी कभी आई डोंट थिंक कि एक फ्रूटफुल रिजल्ट है टेकिंग आउट द पास्ट ट्रैक एंड बिल्डिंग द प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर ऑफ द स्टूडेंट इज नॉट ए गुड डिसीजन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. अब जब बात, गवर्नमेंट शुड थिंक ऑन इट. गवर्नमेंट शुड लुक इनटू द एजुकेशन सेक्टर. एजुकेशन सेक्टर को एक लावारिस के जैसा छोड़ दिया है गवर्नमेंट ने. एवरीबॉडी हैज टू एक्सेप्ट इट, है ना. कि अभी दे आर विद देयर ओन स्ट्रेटजी कि किसकी फोटो छपे, वैक्सीनेशन सर्टिफिकेट पे किसकी फोटो ना छपे, ये
No,
गवर्नमेंट
Mr. Hussain, we are going out of the track. We are not discussing about the vaccine right now. We are talking about the education.
That's what.
But you have made a point, and according to you, this decision which the government has taken, they should have taken in consideration about the what is going to the future of students and the schools. But one thing is clear. Yes, you want to say something?
गोयल सर कि एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज में ये डिसीजन लेने से पहले ये उनके पैंडेमिक का एक इसमें पॉइंट एनालिस्ट है क्या, कभी 100 साल के बाद पैंडेमिक आएगा तो हम ये फास्ट ट्रैक को देखकर प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर बनाएंगे, ऐसा कहीं पॉइंट लिखे हुआ है?
नहीं, सी मिस्टर हुसैन, वो तो ठीक है, अभी नहीं लिखा, पर अब आगे के लिए सबको पता चल गया, क्योंकि अब कब आएगा दूसरा। हालांकि वी वर नेवर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि 2020 के बाद एकदम 2021 में भी आ जाएगा, एंड वी डोंट नो 2022 की क्या पोजीशन बनेगी। बट एनीवे, थैंक यू मिस्टर हुसैन, आई विल कम बैक टू यू। नाउ माय क्वेश्चन गोes to Miss Parker again. Miss Parker, when this is the condition of schools, and when there is, you have already heard what Miss Parul has mentioned about the corruption going on in the schools, and you were talking about that hard work the teachers have done and everything. But when this will come, then what will be the standard? How the people will gauge the standard of the school for the next year? How you are going to get the admission? As Dr. Manjunath has said, that now all schools will try to get their best result, show that all students are passed above 95%, so that next year the students will come. Otherwise, a school which is not of that standing as of now, in comparison to your school, will get more students than you. So don't you think, as in school, now school will have a tendency to not to sustain for the last year, but for the next years, they will try to manipulate the results intentionally. Even the student will want it or not. Miss Parker, please.
Sir, I think the school leaders should have some ethics. And if they start this corruption, I don't think that there is anything that can be done. This is to just make money. There are very few people who are doing this. At least I do not know whether the principals are doing this. The board has put enough trust in the heads of schools, and they've told us very clearly to follow work ethics. So I think as principals and educationists, first of all, we should have work ethics, and we should make sure that there is no corruption in education. Of course, this is a world where we cannot change everybody, but I think we should start with ourselves. And
Miss
without
Parker?
getting into corruption in education, we should look at quality of education.
But the question of quality of education is not there right now. The question is that now the assessment of by school, because the power is of a school now. Earlier, the power was not of your school. The power was with the board, and board is sending their own teachers, not from your school. It means board or the concerned boards were not having faith in the schools. If they would have faith in your school, they would have not asked the other school to go as an invigilator in your school. It means now the school is having power, and I'm not talking of your school. I'm talking in general view. And the reports are very clear. Many reports have started coming in the media also that the schools are now doing this. Question is, when till yesterday the board were having no faith on the schools for the fairness, I'm talking of the fairness. Today, now everything is depending on the board, because the schools, because the board, what board will do, board will only apply a particular formula that this many marks in the 9th standard, this is the internal assessment. So this plus this divided by so, and this will be given. So it will be a uniform formula for everyone. But the question here is, when till yesterday you are not having faith in your own schools, today how it has happened that you have a full faith on the schools without assessing, without taking in confidence. After all, this pandemic was on for last almost now 2 months. We are talking of this. Why they have not asked you to send the details 1 month back, before declaring that examination is cancelled. So at least the board will be having all the details with them. And then they say now examination is cancelled and you have sent this assessment. Now you are asking to send the assessment. It means you are allowing for the corruption, either by the parents will force the teachers or the schools, or the school themselves to sustain them, they will charge the money.
So it depends on how the schools succumb to pressure from the parents or from other authorities anywhere. But according to me, as a principal, I would say that we have to be just and fair to the students. The students who are doing very well should definitely be awarded good marks, and the students who and this will send a clear message to the parents and the students that they have to continuously study. So in my opinion, I think it depends on the educationists. They have to take a call to be just and fair and honest. Otherwise, I think corruption will increase in all fields of life.
Okay. Just one question to you. In your school, you are having monthly assessment?
Yes, we are having monthly assessment.
Okay. Thank you. Miss Parul, you have heard what Miss Parker has mentioned. Now, I am asking you again the same thing, that when till yesterday, before the cancellation, board was having no faith in your school. Your means the school.
Yeah.
Now the board has shown the faith on your school to give the assessment of a child. Now there are two things. Who is going to assess? Because as you have mentioned, there is no assessment in many of the, forget the metros, cities and the big schools, but if we will do the survey, I am sure more than 95% schools doesn't have the internal assessment. For Dr. Manjunath, I can say even some private schools are having internal assessments, but the government schools doesn't have any such type of system within. In North India, I cannot vouch for the South India right now. But the question is, now when you are doing like this, ultimately the teacher who has to assess, many times it was seen that the brilliant student is not attending the proper classes. They are not showing that they are very studious, and they are excelling when the exams comes. But now and they are very naughty boy or naughty girl in the class. Now how the assessment, because there is no internal assessment. Now it is the whims and wishes of the teacher to give marks, or the principal or the proctor, whosoever is involved. Don't you think again it is in the hand of those, because earlier it was in the hand of the student, now it is in the hand of the schools, and schools will get the definitely advantage of it.
I agree with this, sir. I told you earlier कि अगर हम internal assessment ले भी रहे हैं, then what happened? The students are cheating and they just submit it.
तो इसका मतलब ये है कि इंटरनल असेसमेंट इज ए फार्स. यस,
मैं आपको एक और बात शेयर करना चाहूंगी. मेरी बेटी की है वो, शी इज इन 12th.
मिस पारुल, आई विल जस्ट वार्न यू, you are sharing all about your children. Tomorrow it should not happen that they will go, because after all it's we are on a public platform. So
no problem, sir, no problem. She don't know about Urdu. In AMU, मतलब Urdu is a compulsory subject, and she got 98% marks in Urdu.
Now, Miss Parker, you have heard what Miss Parul has said about her own daughter. Anyway, this is a personal thing. Now my question goes to Dr. Manjunath. Dr. Manjunath, why not the boards or the government has taken the assessment before declaring the cancellation? After all, this decision is not taken in a day. It is done after lots of consultations, considerations. It might be 15 days or a month. It is just informing the schools to send the assessments, so that immediately then they know that everything is in lock and key now, or in the computer. Then they can declare that now exams are cancelled. No schools or no students will have any role to play. Now what is going to happen? The schools will try to exploit the condition. Students and the parents, I will not blame the students, the parents would like to see that this is the best opportunity to get my child for 99.5% to get admission in Delhi top schools or the university. So what is the why they have done like this? So don't you think government failed to in this particular field also? In not also in this particular field.
Sir, actually, to tell you frankly, this was unexpected instance that has happened. Number one, due to this pandemic, everybody is at stake now. Number two, see, there was always a belief with respect to an academic calendar as they set it up very early. Like, for example, already for 21-22, the academic calendar is out by the CBSE. Similarly, with most of the boards, they announce it in well in advance. Now it is, as the speaker said, the schools, the head of the school, the teachers, they all need to plan this systematically and keep the records in a justifiable manner, because they should believe that they are working on to the future of the kids. Taking that into consideration, they should have maintained it systematically. Now, why they have not done is a big question mark. It is question mark on to the people who have observed these things throughout the year. I know that last 15 months, we could not run the schools in the manner it was supposed to be run. A lot of online platforms was used in taking, but still assessment could have been done in a fair manner. In spite of having so many limitations, we have best of best technology with us to conduct the assessments in a proper manner. But I'll tell you, sir, majority of the schools did not even cover the syllabus. I know that even in March, preparatories was not done. Preparatory examinations were not done. So when such careless decisions have happened from the institution side, now definitely government has to do something at the end of it. Now they have taken a decision of cancellation. Now, they also should have worked on these parameters, because, see, as you rightly pointed it out, metros, the best institutions, these issues will not be there because they take care of all the standards. They know that that should not be brought down because it will affect them in future. But with respect to majority of the rural schools, government institutions there, who has to be blamed? Are these the examination authorities, or the governmental officers? Who has to be blamed? Now, who will take the ownership? Sir, as I told you very clearly, in India, majority of the work is only on the papers. We don't look through the performances. We look only through the statistics. Now, here also they believed the same. When institutions are asked, they will send some data to the school. As you know that COVID data, how they are sending it across.
Okay. So
that way, now the data is sent to them. Now they believe that based on this data, they will do some, as you said, one formula will be derived out of it and one result will come out. Now, sir, next impact I'm talking about. After this, what? Now, 12th standard kid, if they don't get this admissions in Delhi University or best of best university, then question mark comes. Now, definitely parents will go behind it because today payment will not be an issue to them. Now, as one of the speaker very well openly accepted it. See, now parents will definitely do all sorts of gambling because it is the life of their kids. Already they have spent so much of money. Why not another few thousands? They get the best reports and they.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Manjunath. Mr. Hussain, now the question will come because it was seen in many of the schools at least I can vouch for the North India, that the students are giving or the parents are giving fees at the time of examination, because only that time the entire year's fees or the maximum fees they used to pay when the examinations are been there, because otherwise the schools are not issuing the examination ticket. Now examination is going to be, there is no examination. It means the students are not going to pay the fees to the schools. So schools will be affected financially. What do you say about it? Mr. Hussain, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, please. Have you heard my...
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, my question is, the schools are generally getting the fees nowadays at the time, majority of the fees of the entire year at the time of examination. But now what is going to happen? The examination is not there. So school will not be able to collect the balance fees, which is in the maximum amount. So the school, how the school will meet out their expenses?
Yes, yes. I just want to quote by, coin has two faces. Coin has two faces. Each and every एक सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं. मैं सबसे पहला तो मैं बताऊंगा कि स्कूल मैनेजमेंट्स को तभी भी फीस की जरूरत पड़ती है, फिनांस की जरूरत आती है, तो वो एग्जाम्स कंडक्ट करते हैं. इट्स अ फैक्ट. तभी उनके इंटरनल एग्जाम्स में असेसमेंट्स चालू हो जाते हैं सैलरीज के लिए या बिल्डिंग असेसमेंट्स या दूसरे खर्चों के फुलफिलमेंट्स के लिए वो लोग ऑब्वियसली एग्जाम्स कंडक्ट करते हैं. इट्स अ फैक्ट. अब हम जब बात करेंगे दूसरे पहलू की, तो मैं बताता हूँ स्कूल मैनेजमेंट ही फीस के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं है. स्कूल का ओनर, स्कूल का प्रोपराइटर, स्कूल का डायरेक्टर और वही स्कूल के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं है. स्कूल के टीचर्स भी है, स्कूल का नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ भी है एंड स्कूल के अदर एक्सपेंसेस भी है. ठीक है, दे आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग लिटरली इन्वॉल्व इन इट. सो ये सब अब बंद होगा. सिंपल.
Okay, so according to you, the schools are going to be impacted badly. Miss Parker, now only time is short, so I just want to know from you, do you think this decision of the government is in the interest of schools, in the interest of students and the interest of education or not, of the cancellation of exam?
It is basically in the interest of the students and their health. I don't think the government would cancel the examinations if this COVID pandemic was not around. And it is basically in the interest of the health of the community. It's not only students, but the teachers, because all the teachers do not stay in the school. They have to travel and they have to come to school to do the supervisions, corrections, etc.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
the interest
Okay.
of the
According to you,
public
this
health,
decision is
I
good.
think a decision
Okay.
is right and taken.
Okay.
Good.
Miss Parul,
At this
what?
point of time. At
Okay.
this point of time.
Okay, okay, no issues. Miss Parul, do you think this decision is good? या अच्छा डिसीजन हुआ, या इससे बच्चों का भविष्य खराब हो जाएगा, स्कूलों की भी हालत खराब हो जाएगी इस डिसीजन से? मिस पारुल, प्लीज अनम्यूट करिए अपने को, प्लीज अनम्यूट.
Sir, in my point of view, this decision is not good. Actually, आप बच्चों का फ्यूचर देखिए, फ्यूचर कुछ नहीं. आफ्टर 12th they didn't get admission in best college. अगर कोई बच्चा चाहता है कि I want to get admission in DU, तो how can he get or how can they get admission in best colleges? तो वो सब मतलब decision is not good for best students. जो students बहुत अच्छे हैं पढ़ने में, जो 99 point something लाते हैं, उनके लिए decision बहुत बुरा है.
ठीक है जी. Dr. Manjunath, are you there?
Very much.
Okay, Dr. Manjunath, you have experienced abroad. Every university there is conducting exams online. They have already started opening their campus. They have asked that if you have a vaccination, you have got it done, please get the come and take the admission, and the in-person education is there. Why not, instead of doing cancellation, why not online examination to be conducted by the board for in a very easy way, so that at least the board would have done the assessment properly, instead of asking the schools to give and raising the question of corruption?
But the problem, sir, here is about the rural institutions. There are majority of the rural institutions where, as we are facing now the network issue and other things, it's very difficult to conduct online in India.
Then Dr. Manjunath, we should have declared, sorry, we should have declared this year as a 0 year.
Yeah, that should have been the best decision. You take the decision of making it 0 year, but only the thing what happened is across the whole world nobody did.
No, but nobody has did like this, and nobody might have cancelled the exams. And this is the first time in the history in Indian education that every 100% result of all the schools all over India. So this is again history. So one window, if they would have done the online exams, even in different parts, if you are saying rural, after all, it is not a difficult thing when we are doing so much big vaccination camps. We should have allowed the online things. We should have asked the online companies, this internet providers, to at least put something there, some boosters, so that they at the part time of the examination they can do it. Thank you very much, Mr. Hussain. Last comment from you. आप सेटिस्फाई हैं इस कैंसिलेशन से या नहीं है?
101%, I'm not at all satisfied with the cancellation of exams, Mr. Goel. I am not in the favor of government, at least for this decision.
Okay.
They would have
Okay.
done some other things, and they would have come out with some other alternate ways or solution. As you were talking about the boosters in the internet problems, technology इतना बढ़ गया है, टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी बढ़ गई है कि हम उसके ऊपर भी ध्यान दें in future कि this kind of
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hussain. So viewers, you have seen that examination cancellation, although there is a jubilation in the students, many of the students, not all the students, as well as the parents, but the fact is, as our experts has mentioned, the future is very dark, and the schools, those schools who are doing honestly, they are going to suffer because they will not get the money. They are not going to get even they are being pressurized to refund the examination fees. But those schools who are going to come out in the corrupt ways, they are going to mint money. The decision is yours. It's not the money. It's the question of your own child's future. If you want to see that your child's future is going to be bright, please see to it that your child or you should not go for any unethical practice. Cooperate with the school so that they can give the fair assessment, so your child will get the correct assessment. Thank you all. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV, India, Newsgaon se Samvad Sarokar News, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And as you know that we are doing a program in the evening where we take one chief guest as an achiever who has achieved something in the society. And today in that program, the program is in Hindi called Kal Aaj Aur Kal Lal Goel Ke Sang at 4:30 p.m. today. It's a half an hour program. And our chief guest today is Captain Ganesh Karnik, former MLC and Chief Whip, Karnataka Legislative Council, state spokesman of BJP, Mangalore. So he will be my chief guest today. So we will ask about his personal basic education, where he was born, basic education, where he got higher education, etc., about his personal life, which is not known to the many of us. So please tune in today at 4:30 p.m. for Kal Aaj Aur Kal Lal Goel Ke Sang. Thank you very much, Ms. Shagufta Parkar. Thank you very much, Ms. Parul Jindal. Thank you very much, Dr. C.K. Manjunath. And thank you very much, Mr. Sabir Hussain, to join and give your very, very frank views. And thank you very much, all the viewers, for joining and listening all our program. Thank you very much.